What's up everyone, Howler here, coach of your Delta Gligars. Today I'm bringing you the Week 3 Team Builder of the BBR. We're going up against Steve, aka Magnitude, and his Milwaukee Sawsbucks. You can see his team over on the right side of the screen. Of course, the creator of the Draft League format. Our second time we get to play him. We played him in Week 6 last season and came away with a very close 2-0 win. So I'm hoping to be able to get another win against Steve because I need it after the beating that I took at the hands of Kyle last week. So of course, go check out his channel. He will be doing post-coms as always, and if you like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, you will definitely love Steve's videos, and he is just like the funniest guy and probably deserves a role on the show himself. So this opportunity, this Diggersby nickname, Bunnet, it is nicknamed Bunnet because there is a species of monsters in the Xenoblade Chronicles game that called Bunnets, and they're like rabbits, so it fit. And I named it that specifically because I've been streaming Xenoblade Chronicles over on my Twitch channel at PlatinumHowler14 if you are not already following. I'm not positive if the link is in the description of this video, but I should consider putting it in there. It's twitch.tv/PlatinumHowler14 in case it's not in there. And if you need a physical link to click on, I'm sure my Twitter is linked in there, and my Twitch is linked on my Twitter. So there you go. Come and hang out with me on Wednesdays when I stream Xenoblade Chronicles. It's the only day of the week that I stream. I don't really have time to stream any other days. And I have yet to mention that the theme for music in these team builders are from Xenoblade Chronicles. So there you have it. There's the story. Now we can get into the team builder. Diggersby making its, I don't want to say long-awaited debut. It's only sat on the bench for 1 week since I picked it up, but it is here. Look at my opponent's ground resists. Rabombi, not a Diggersby switch-in, and Claydol is an immunity. That's it. Look at my opponent's normal resists. Copperaja. That's it. So Diggersby kind of goes ham on Steve's team, especially with the choice band. If we can get into a position where if we lock into choice band quick attack, we can potentially just win. Like, we are doing close to 70% to Rabombi with choice band and quick attack. If certain things are all really low and we can clean up with Diggersby, then that's great. We can really wall break against some of his slower mons. Like if we get this in against something like Audino, which could come because Kyle kind of caught me off guard with the Kangaskhan last week. He brought his normal type to check Dragapult's ghost type moves. So Audino is definitely has some viability in this matchup, and if it comes and I can get Diggersby in against that, oh boy, I am doing some big time wall breaking with this thing. Yeah, not really. You know, I really debated about like putting a lot of EVs into HP, and then I realized probably a big choke not to try to outspeed a Dracovish if it is not if it's not scarfed, because Dracovish has in Steve's first 2 games has neither time has it been scarfed, which makes sense because he also has Darmanitan on his team. This man is just had total disregard for his points, and he went all out with a pair of 200-point Mons right out of the gate. So yeah, that's one of the most terrifying physical attacking offensive cores that anyone has ever seen, next to maybe my Calyrex Ice Rider and Urshifu Single Strike in BBL. So yeah, Let's move on to our Choice Scarfed Dragapult. Modest max speed means that we can outspeed Rabombi at +1 after a Quiver Dance. We can also outspeed Dracovish at +2. Steve likes to bring some wild stuff. Everybody knows this. We know that, I guess we knew that Kyle A would bring some wild stuff against us last week too, and it still caught us off guard. But if the Dracovish tries to pull some blunder policy shenanigans, try to get itself to +2 so that it can outspeed Dragapult, because Dragapult can still outspeed a Scarfed Dracovish. So if you wanted to run the blunder policy to get +2 instead of +1, then screw that. We still outspeed you. And we also outspeed stuff like Choice Scarf Darm. We can hit it with Flamethrower. So it's a pretty standard set, pretty standard EV spread. Clear Body is really nice because we are immune to Sticky Webs from Rabombi if that should come. Yes, we have Tentacruel to spin them away, but to be honest, I probably wouldn't even waste a turn spinning away webs with Tentacruel because my main offensive mons, like the Diggersby, it's relying quite a bit on its priority. The Dragapult doesn't care about them. Magmar doesn't care about them that much. Like, spinning away webs, I don't think is crucial for me to have a chance to win here. So, anyways, this is a much more simple Dragapult set than the one that we brought last week. Much more inclined to just clicking buttons and doing some damage right away. We are bringing Magmar this week. I think Magmar has a pretty darn good matchup, considering he has a ton of fire weaknesses on his team. 4 of the top 5 that you see on his team are all weak to fire. And Magmar can outspeed Max Speed Roserade, which is really nice. It outspeeds Dracovish too. We have multiple opportunities to burn Dracovish if that wants to switch in. Besides Torracat, Dracovish is the only fire resist, and it's a 4-time fires resist, so if that really wants to come in on Magmar, if we're clicking either Lava Plume or Scorching Sands, we'll have a good chance to burn it, and if we stay in and it make contact with us, we have a chance to burn it with Flame Body as well. We have many opportunities to burn the Dracovish, and if we can pull it off, I will die a happy man, because Dracovish still gives me nightmares every time I have to face it. So getting it burned would be phenomenal. We have Mach Punch for priority. Like, really, I didn't really need a ton of other coverage on this besides just Fire Stab. And because it's hitting so many things super effectively, I didn't feel the need to go like Fire Blast. So being able to get have burn chances is really nice. We have Mach Punch for priority that would do lots of damage to a Zoroark or a Darmanitan. And I probably should have put the leftover 20 EVs into attack, but we may not lead with this thing. This is only the designated lead if Zoroark comes, which I do kind of expect it to come, because you would think my opponents want to bring as many of the things that check Dragapult on their roster. So if Zoroark comes, I cannot lead with Dragapult because Zoroark can lead, disguise itself as anything it wants, and I don't know if it's actually Zoroark or what. So having a Focus Sash lead Magmar, which matches up well against most things, is really nice. So I would lead with that if I see Zoroark. It's very similar to how I actually brought a designated Sash Pangoro lead against Steve last season when he also had Zoroark. That wasn't necessarily my train of thought when prepping for that game, but it is for this game. Tentacruel, we can switch this in on Roserade, and we are Liquid Ooze this time, so if the Roserade wants to go for Leech Seeds against my team, then he will actually be losing health gradually rather than regaining health, and that is crucial to put it in range for it to die to the first 3 mons that I listed, to make sure that it doesn't keep itself too healthy. We are fast Assault Vest again. We are bringing Assault Vest Tentacruel again. We put speed on here just in case for whatever reason Darmanitan does not come as Scarf. Like I said, Steve likes to do whatever the hell he wants with some of his sets, so he may not bring Scarfed Darmanitan, and if he doesn't, then we can outspeed that and go for a Scald and maybe even burn that thing too. That would be amazing. Sludge Wave basically only for Rabombi, Ice Beam basically only for Roserade, and then we can Rapid Spin Spikes away from Roserade, or possibly Toxic Spikes, although Toxic Spikes seems like I feel like Spikes would probably be more likely. I don't even know. I don't know what kind of hazards he would try to set against me because Tentacruel soaks up Toxic Spikes and whatnot, but we have Rapid Spin here because Tentacruel is the best Rapid Spinner in the game. And if it gets a speed boost off from Rapid Spin, we can actually outspeed even a Scarfed Darmanitan. And, then we're guaranteed getting damage off against it if it decides to come in to revenge kill me or whatever. So, Tangrowth is a vital bring against Dracovish. We have a chance to be 2-hit KO'd by Banded Fish's Rend, with or without max physical defense investment. Yeah, if he gets some good rolls and is banded, then good for him. We'll still at least get a third damage off against it, and if we have something that's really low that we can maybe sack, maybe we can just switch the Tangrowth in and then switch it out, allow it to regain health from regenerators so that it can get even more Rocky Helmet Chip off against the Dracovish. Rocky Helmet Chip is going to be really nice to, again, put it in range for something like a quick attack Diggersby. I felt Gauge Drain was essential so that I could break a substitute from Dracovish, although I don't think it's possible for it to invest to have a sub not broken by Giga Drain, to be honest, because its physical defense is more impressive than its special defense, but anyways, we should be good in that department. Earthquake hits Copperaja. There's again also a solid chance that we get 2-hit KO'd by Copperaja's Heat Crash, and I am praying that he doesn't run speed on it to outspeed my Tangrowth, especially because I'm running Relaxed Nature. That would be a pain in the butt if he ended up doing that, but I guess tip your cap if he does. Synthesis, so that, you know, if we can like just keep ourselves healthy and collect Rocky Helmet Chip on the things like Copperaja and Dracovish. And we can also knock off, if we can knock off a Choice Band from Dracovish, that's great, because then it's not doing as much to everything else on my team. If we knock off a Black Sludge on an incoming Roserade, that's also great. So last, don't know if you can hear this scratching, but my dog wants in the room. This was the last second bring. I feel like Stealth Rocks are pretty good in this matchup outside of Hitmontop being able to rapid spin them away. But like I've been saying, we want chip on things for Diggersby Quick Attack, so Stealth Rock's really good. Also, Reflect is really good because I've been mentioning, like, the physical attackers he has on his team are extremely threatening. So if we can get a Reflect up and keep them in check that way, that's super good. And then Sacred Sword to hit the Copperaja, and Iron Head for, well, I guess Sacred Sword also hits Dracovish, but yeah, dual stabs hit pretty much everything on his team. So that's going to be the team, If you are excited to see the battle tomorrow, make sure you leave a like on this video, comment what you think of the team down below, subscribe to the channel to keep up with all of our Draft League content, and we'll see you tomorrow for the match.